Hey, howdy. I am here in week 5 on the AT and just thought I would take a moment from regularly scheduled programming because there have been some fundamental changes and updates to my hike that I feel like I need to share with you guys. So let's take a little bit of a break from the weekly videos and talk through some of those changes. There are tons of dandelions out today. That has been like the primary flower that I've been seeing, and lots of bees buzzing around of all kinds of bees. So that's really cool to see the pollinators at work. Spring is definitely here. We have blue skies, a warm breeze, flowers. Can't really complain. I am going to try and keep this update short. We'll run through a couple of just updates, clarifying things, and then I have some gear updates as well to tell you guys about. So let's get into it. First of all, a physical health check-in. I appreciate everybody who's been sending me well wishes from the sickness that I got toward the beginning and my knee injury as well. My sickness is completely gone, thank goodness. It lasted for about a week to 10 days. And my knee is doing so much better that I even don't have kinesiology tape on it today. I will put a picture here for you guys though, because the tan line that I got from the tape is one of my better tan lines in life. So my knee is feeling entirely back to normal. The rest of my body is doing really well as well. I would say the only other place that I have little reoccurring pains and tensions is in my Achilles and heel area, and that is mostly just when I'm going up hills, and that is the area of my body that when I sit still for more than 90 seconds, that is the spot that has tension every time I go to stand up and start walking again. So I just notice it more often. It's not something that is bad, it is just something I'm keeping my eye on, and I think it's just part of the hiker pains that we have by doing this ridiculous thing. As a mental health check-in, I can confidently say that I'm very solidly still out here. I had, some ups and downs from week 4, if you remember that, and I learned a lot from that. The emotions that I was experiencing on trail was not anything that I didn't expect to happen at some point. As many people say, the Appalachian Trail is mostly a mental challenge, and that is very much true. Now that I'm out here, I can concur that that is the case. And so the emotions and the thought processes that I have been dealing with lately are absolutely expected. You will probably see me have another one of those at some point, to be completely honest with you. The main reason that I am including those in my vlogs is that they weigh really heavily on my weeks, and I want to be vulnerable and open and honest with all of the thought processes and reality of trail life. My next update is in regards to my hiking partner, as many have started catching on to, and I keep seeing the comments of, you are correct in your super sleuthing. I am hiking the Appalachian Trail alone now. My hiking partner and I pre-trail had discussed the things that we wanted and needed from the Appalachian Trail and how we wanted to go about this journey. And while that's great, things change. And so we got out here, and as it turned out, some of the things that we needed from the trail were not what we anticipated. And so in the interest of both of us getting what we needed out of the trail, we split our hikes. And she is actually a couple days pretty consistently ahead of me, and that's okay. I have no qualms with hiking solo. I am looking forward to reuniting with my family, as I have talked about. But until that happens, I have been super confident in my own abilities out here on trail by myself. And now for the fun stuff, gear changes. The first one I want to talk about is something that was a long time coming. I updated my tarp for my hammock setup. Basically what I found in short is that the material that my original tarp was made of was, first of all, heavy, And also when the wind and rain would hit the tarp, it was like the tarp stretched. So even if I had tensioned out my tarp and it was nice and taut, as soon as weather hit it, it would bend. And then I was getting touched by the tarp from inside the hammock, and I didn't really want that. And some of my gear was getting wet on the ground. And so it was time for an upgrade. I would like to thank some of the people that donated to me through Venmo, including Jan Harvey, for helping me purchase a better tarp. I now have a Hammock Gear Dyneema hammock tarp, and I will put a picture of that fully installed here as well for you. I forgot to bring it over here. And that has been working so amazingly well for me. It is less than half the weight of my old tarp, and it is waterproofing in a way that the other was not, and wind resistant, weather resistant. It's checking all of my boxes thus far. My other gear updates are in response to the hashtag Give a Shit Adventure sponsorship that I was awarded. If you didn't hear about that, check out my final updates before the trail. And as I promised you guys I would do, I want to share with you the gear items that I have gotten through that scholarship. So huge thank you to these companies for supporting the hashtag Give a Shit Adventure sponsorship and supporting good land stewardship and land conservation. So huge thank you to these companies. Here are some of the items I have gotten and are using on trail. There are plenty of other companies that support the sponsorship. These are just some of the gear items that I am specifically using on my Appalachian Trail adventure. First company is Rology. I got one of their cork balls. Some of you may have seen a change in my fanny pack recently, and that is because I got a light AF fanny pack. I got the design style that kind of looks like a rainforest. I can't remember what it was called, but I got to choose my design and I'm pretty happy with it. Another gear item I got, and it was actually the first to come in, and I did get it right before I started trail, is the sun shirt that you have seen me wearing. I will also put a picture of that here for you in case you forgot what it looks like, but that is an Appalachian Gear Company sun shirt, and holy cow do I love that shirt. I was talking to my boyfriend recently about the fact that it just feels like a comfort shirt at this point. I go send my laundry off to get done at hostels, and when I get it back and I put that shirt back on, it's like, oh, yes, I'm back in my shirt. And it's been treating me very well. Two companies with this one. First of all, Sawyer sent me a Sawyer squeeze, which I really appreciate. And they also provided me with the permethrin that I used to treat my gear back in Hot Springs. So big thank you to Sawyer. This has been working amazingly on trail. And I also got a platypus bladder. This is just a 1 liter bladder, and this has been working amazing. And finally, the last company that I have gotten some things from is Route Meals. These meals are so delicious. I have definitely had a couple of these already. And the way that they season them, I super appreciate. They definitely know how to season their foods. This one is garden couscous, but they have plenty of options, including some breakfast options. They are all, that I have received at least, vegan, and several are also gluten-free. So a great company if you're needing something that caters to any dietary restrictions you may have. So alt route meals, definitely enjoying these at dinner. Okay, I think that is all my updates. Short and sweet for you guys, but just some updates from trail as things change. I will continue to give update videos as, things bubble up like this, but for now, I think that's all I have, and I am going to enjoy the sun and the wind a little bit more before I head on to my shelter for the night. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I will talk to you next time.